Hello, guys, and welcome back to another episode of basically Unbothered Podcast. This episode is going to be a little different because the past Saturday was Small Business Saturday, and during Small Business Saturday, I was able to participate in Bamboo's Small Business Saturday Business Expo. I hope that I'm saying that right. It was located at the Bamboo that I rent out a desk at Bamboo Royal Oak. And we sat down and we had conversations with meaning me, sat down and had conversations with a lot of the small business owners and nonprofits that were at that event and that are featured in Bamboo all over Michigan. And this is going to be a two-parter. I don't want to silence anybody's voices. I don't want to make it so that anyone has to be cut off. And so I wanted to make sure that everybody got heard and got heard in a way that was best for all of them. You will notice that my audio specifically is just really wonky. And although that is frustrating, I am also really happy that it was my audio and not anybody else's audio. So you may not be able to always hear me, but you will be able to hear the guests that I have on. And I hope that you guys give them the time that they deserve. There were so many amazing people that I got to sit down and talk to on Saturday. It was exhausting, but exhausting in a good way. And at the end of the day, I'm just so happy with the work that we were able to produce during that Saturday. And so this is going to be part one. Next Wednesday. Oh, because we're on Wednesdays now, guys. Ooh, we're on Wednesdays, but this is going to be part one. And then next Wednesday is going to be part two. And it will feature a whole nother round of small businesses, small nonprofits, things like that. This first episode is going to feature 3 people. The 3 people is Shelby, and Shelby is running for congressman. It is also going to have Madison and Sammy, and they work with the Junior League Birmingham. And then last is going to feature Kellan, and she owns her own accounting firm. So I hope that you guys really love this episode and you go check them out. Thank you, and let's get into it. I'm dead.
All right. Welcome, guys. My name is Blake. On my podcast, I'm called Gabby. If you know me, you know that I have many, many names, many, many nicknames. I like to think of myself like Prince. Every different day I want to change up what people are going to call me. And I also do have different podcasts under the Pure Tifa podcast umbrella. So for under the Pure Tifa podcast umbrella, I have basically Unbothered podcast. I have the Carry Me Home audiobook podcast, which is a little bit on a pause right now, but that's because life is lifing, and sometimes you just got to be like, life, do whatever you want to do. I'm just on flow. I also am a part of a Indie Inc. podcast. Podcast is features indie authors. And it is hosted by indie authors. It is hosted by myself. I am an indie author. I have 2 books out right now, 1 book coming out in less than a week. Thank you. What else? Oh, and the other author, her author name is Kathleen Ray, or Casey Ray, I believe. She has 1 book out right now. She has another book coming out very soon. And on that podcast, we sit down and talk with an indie author each month. We read their book. We go in deep conversations of why did this author decide to break your heart over and over again, and things like that. I also own another side of the business, which is just Pure Tifa. I have Pure Tifa Cafe, which sells candles, teas, author books as well. I think I have touched almost everything that there is to touch on all of that. And I'm excited. The podcast that you guys can find this on, it is live streaming, but this one is going to be on basically Unbothered Podcast. It will live stream today and then it will go out on Wednesday for everyone to be able to hear. So I am so excited to be able to get to do this. I'm so excited to be able to get to sit down and talk with small business owners. One of the things about basically Unbothered that I really love is being able to sit down and talk to creatives, authors, small business owners, small creators, big creators, and be able to not only share and uplift them, but share a perspective that they have in life in general. I think that everyone who has a business started a business for a reason or has passion projects, things that they're really interested in society and culture. And those are things that I love to talk to touch on. Today, we are going to have a cute little, thank you, Hobby Lobby, a cute little basket, and there are going to be questions in it. We're going to try to get to, or we're trying to get through 3 or 4 questions, depending on how chatty I can be. I can be chatty. Other people can be chatty. I have a podcast because I'm a yapper. It's the perfect place to be for me. And they're going to be some, not necessarily pop culture questions, but things that are referencing pop culture to your business. And there are going to be some business questions. I'm trying to avoid the basic, how did you start your business? I think that everybody asks that and that's not enjoyable or fun. So we're going to make a game out of it. You pick one. We'll talk about it. We'll answer it. We're good? Everybody feeling it? Okay, great. I have no idea who the first person is going to be. Shelby! The first person is going to be Shelby. So we're going to have to hold these like people do on TikTok with their spoons. I don't know if you ever seen that on TikTok. Have you?
Not the spoons. I
No.
mean, I got the little mics. These are so cute.
Oh, thank you. But yes, no, on TikTok, what happens is people have like a spoon or they'll put a fork and they'll put those mini mics on them.
Oh my God, no, I need to do that. No.
Yeah, and they do that and they're just like, oh, look at me. It's like a talking piece instead of just having a normal phone or whatever. It's quite interesting to see what random things people are going to put their mic on when you watch TikTok. Yeah, we're going to have to hold ours kind of like this. These are cute. I love them.
No, they're so cute.
They're gaming mics.
Because I was going to say I had a Razer headset because I used to play Call of Duty. Yeah, me and my baby daddy. Well, we're not together anymore, but we both had PCs and we would game so hard. He would yell at me though, but then I would get better. I was so good. Like when he wasn't there, I'd be number 1. I would be getting 30 kills, and I'm like, "See, I'm good when you're not here." Exactly, and that's why I had to leave him because he was very like that. No, I don't got a PC anymore.
I don't.
Okay, what is that?
It's like a purple,
like the PSP.
Okay.
Like
that,
okay.
But they want to compete with.
Okay.
So and can get all the games that are in the streaming.
Oh, okay.
It's not really.
Oh, okay. So kind of okay. Like it's ridiculous. Everything's streamed. I mean, you have to buy it. It's like, but
I already have to play games.
Yeah, exactly. Because games are like $60 a piece.
I feel like I got a steak.
Yeah, no,
I'm winning.
That's nice. I'm actually Shelby Campbell, and I'm running for Michigan's 13th congressional district. So, I guess I decided to run because I saw Alligator Alcatraz, and I was like, you know what? I can't deal with this. Donald Trump won. He's a 32-time felon, and I've been to jail, and I was like, you know what? My past is my past, and his is literally happening right now. So why can he be in office? And it's because America hates women. And it sucks, but like Kamala Harris, she should have won. She was an attorney. Like, I don't understand, but it's fine. So we are here now, and I want to change the world, and it's our generation's, it's our time. Like, the next day, I was like, wow, they really hate women. Like, that was it. I'm like, okay, this is awful.
My thought is like,
because they're all about law and order. She's a prosecutor. Like, she was like team them.
Yeah.
I don't mean to say white people, but whatever. Like, she was like law and order. She was locking people up for marijuana. Like, and she was really on that back then when she was a prosecutor. And then she switched up because that's what politicians do. They go with the flow. But I'm so sick of that. I like her obviously better than Donald Trump, but like, I wanted Bernie back in 2016, but I didn't understand how politics work. Even though, like, I majored in political science, my dad made me watch CNN as a kid. Like, I would read Newsweek magazine every week because he would make me, so I was very big into it. I didn't know that, like, primary and general elections, those are, like, 2 different things. Like, we decide who, like, goes up against the Republican, and, like, it's kind of like brackets. I don't know if you want to say, like winning. And I didn't realize that's how it was, that we had that power, even though I was so passionate about it. And I just want to teach people that we need to pay attention to politics because it's everything. And they made us think it's boring, but it is not. It is so much fun now. Like, they are talking, I don't know if you, like, follow any, like, politics, like, Democratic, like, TikTok. Oh, my God, they make fun of Donald Trump so much. And, like, it's...
No, California state government.
Yes. Gavin Newsom, yes! It's so much fun. And that's what I mean. Like, we are the next generation. So it's our turn. Like, why does everything have to be so damn serious? It's politics. Like, it's the street lights. It's everything. So why should, like, when I was going to talk about today, small businesses. The federal government is supposed to, or has funds set up for small businesses for women. The issue in America is that a small business is defined as 500 employees or less. So each big corporation can get, like, I think it was Ruth Chris, it said, can get, like, PPP loans because they were a small business, because each individual, like, place only employs a certain amount. So it's scamming, and people don't read. So they don't know. And I was in tax law because I was in law school, and it's literally just a bunch of men sitting around, well, back in the day, whatever, white men sitting around writing what benefits them. That's it. It's just words, and they change it to benefit them. And it's just crazy how, if you can read, you can do politics, but people can't read because they want us to be stupid. Yeah. So you have to want to, but you don't got time, because not everybody gets to, like, do this, or they don't get to take the chance and have a small business of their own, like they're stuck working on the line. Like, I worked on the line. You get trapped. I had, like, a $400,000 house, and I was with, me and my baby daddy, we were together. We had that American dream. Sorry, I keep saying baby daddy.
I was going to say, I love that you call me.
I don't know. It just comes out the tongue. Father of my children. I hate it. Like, I hate it. Like, he's a great dad, but just not a good partner like that. So it's fine. We had that American dream. We had a pool. We had 4 dogs. Now I have 3 and he has 1, because I take care of everything. For Halloween, I wanted to be Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs, because, like, he was going to be one of them, because I had 4 dogs and 2 sons and then him. My stepmom's like, not Prince. I'm like, oh no, he's like dopey or something, or grumpy. Hopefully, will I be able to answer?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Some of them got cut beards. It'll be interesting.
What throwback song instantly puts you in grind mode?
Okay.
I'm so bad with names of songs. Dude, there's this Drake song. I can't remember. I feel like that's throwback, because, like, the music I'm talking about is when I was in high school. I can't remember. Just, I don't know. I can't think of it right now. See, and when I'm on the spot with things like this, I freeze. Like, when they say, like, oh, I hate when people say they feel me. When they say they feel me, because they'll never feel me. And never. Like, my family would always say that. So that's, yes, it puts me in grind mode, because I'm like, you don't feel me. You do not know what it's like to be me. So stop. It's Megan Thee Stallion isn't throwback, but, like, when I was going to law school and, like, I had an oral argument that's, like, literally you argue your case with a fake judge, and I was just grinding, like, listening to that, driving, screaming, because I'm like, I need to get hyped for this, so. Oh, yes. Yes, I see, yeah, that's a really great song. I'm trying to think. See, I'm so bad. If I have my phone on me, I have a campaign playlist, like, literally, I have Barbie Girl by Aqua or whatever. Okay, what's a behind-the-scenes moment that made you laugh until you cried? One time, I can just think about when I was in, like, 7th or 8th grade, me and my friend were on a golf cart, and we were going way too fast, and, like, it spun, and she fell, and, like, she rolled, but I was laughing so hard because it was so funny. I don't know, so I guess it was, yeah. That's where I used to live with my baby daddy, yeah, in one of those. Mm-hmm.
You just sit here.
Yeah. It's fine. Hey, me and my baby daddy, he was literally financially abusing me. Like, I would get us all caught up, and then 3 months, I would be like, bro, what are you doing? So I had to get out. I was like, I'm putting this house on the market, or we're going to rent it out. So
yeah,
it's okay.
Okay. All right, we are back, guys, and we have another guest. We're going to say 2 guests.
Hello. Hi.
Tell me a little about you. I have no idea what your name is, so tell me a little bit about you guys.
So I'm Madison. And this is Sammy.
Sammy.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
And we are the president and president-elect of the Junior League of Birmingham, Michigan.
Okay. What is that?
So the Junior League Birmingham is a women's nonprofit.
Okay.
And our focus is developing women to do a world of good.
Okay.
So we are focused on training, volunteer action, and collaboration within Oakland County to help equip our members in leading.
That's I don't even know if my brain can comprehend all that. Say it again. Sorry, my brain's my ADD kicked in and I was like, listen.
Mm-hmm. So we are focused on developing women leaders within the community, and we do that through collaboration. So partnering with community partners or businesses, training. So we are a very training-centric organization. So our members get training when they're doing volunteering. They get training on nonprofit best practices through their council committee work. And then we also just offer general training. So we have general membership meetings where you get a training like on delegation or public speaking. And we also have a couple different longer day trainings and then volunteer action. So we are out in Oakland County doing a lot of volunteer work. We usually do over 1,200 volunteer hours in a league year between our 70 active members.
That's a lot of hours. Oh my God. Makes my volunteer hours feel like no. What kind of volunteer work do you guys do?
So and also just stop me.
No. This is, I want you to know, this is like this soup. If you've ever, I don't know if you've ever done a podcast before.
No,
this is this most
I've done one.
Unformal podcasting, informal, whatever the exact word is. I always want people to feel like you can be calm, you can be relaxed, you can have fun. We're going to get a little gossipy at times, a little bit, but I want you to feel chill. So talking whenever you guys feel like it.
I just love to yap about the Junior League.
Yeah, I'll piggyback on what Madison. So as far as like what volunteer work we do and where, so beyond just Birmingham, we have kind of our hands in a lot of Oakland County in general. So we are, when organizations, other nonprofits truly are, saying they need help. We have long running, we have newer groups, but we have quite a few community partners in the area, like Madison was touching on, where we can say, hey, we can fill and provide your group with volunteers to help you. So for example, Care House in Pontiac is a long running partner of ours. We actually kind of gave it some legs, and we were one of the, a big founders as part of Care House in particular. And so they have these programs from time to time each month where they, need help cooking dinner for. So then, for example, we'll have 2-hour shifts about, like depending on 3 to 4 members each we'll cook dinner for. Then they have these family programs on weekday evenings. So it's kind of like that, examples like that. Beyond Birmingham are kind of where you could see us helping in the community as far as our volunteer work goes.
Yeah. And another example too is Haven and Pontiac is our primary community partner right now. So they are an emergency domestic violence and sexual assault shelter. So we actually do a lot in their shelter side. So they offer programs for anyone that has come into the shelter. But we have done a lot in their shelter, specifically like doing renovations. And by doing these renovations, the kind of face level renovations, they can actually get more grant money because they will grade higher when the state comes in on the state of their facility, and their way they can continue to expand the programs. So when we go to community partners, we're like, where is that gap?
Yeah.
And where can we help?
Yeah, we've cleaned their pet shelter before, her and I in particular. Yeah, like their animal, like if anybody comes to the program and has like a dog or something, they have like a little designated area. So we cleaned that a couple years ago. So like that's kind of those areas where you could see us at work.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we also do some like interaction and stuff too within
Yeah.
Haven. So
That's
we
fun.
have like family fun nights, which kind of we provide the dinner. And then
We cook a lot.
Okay.
but for Haven, when we're cooking there, it's to also help with the mental stress. So when people leave a domestic violence situation, a lot of you're basically at base level, and every activity is a big activity. So us going in and cooking and providing this is just one small thing of like, okay, I don't have to worry about cooking for myself, and often they have their children.
Yeah.
So then it's done.
Off their plate, literally.
Off their plate, literally. They're not doing the dishes for it. It's all provided for them. And then when we have the family nights, we provide some kind of fun activity too, just to kind of, okay, so now my child is also entertained. I can dive into a craft and kind of mentally be there.
No, I love that. I years and years and years and years and years ago, I that many years, but it feels like that many years. I volunteered at I was working at a credit union, and every year they picked a organization to do like our holiday giving thing
towards.
I do not remember the name of this organization, but it was a domestic violence haven or like shelter. It was in Detroit, and just being able to kind of be there and in that environment. I haven't personally experienced domestic violence. I lived around domestic violence when I was growing up as a kid, and I have had friends who have gone with that or who have been in domestic violence situations, and being able to see like what help is out there is so like changing. Because I know like exactly what you're saying. The first part is like leaving a domestic violence situation is so hard.
Yes.
A lot of people don't know that. I had to learn that as a child, and I watched it, continue to happen and wonder why that person wasn't leaving. It caused so much frustration. And then I remember I was in like just a regular old toxic relationship. Regular old saying. It's not regular old, but you get what I'm saying.
Sure.
And one of my friends who was in a domestic violence situation had gotten out of it. She said, you aren't ready to leave until you're ready to leave.
Yeah.
And like any other attempt that you make, like it's almost like you have to wait for your final straw, that final break, which is sad because, there's only two ways out of that situation. But I know that after you do that, like that takes such tremendous energy to be able to be like, okay, I'm not going to do this anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I love the fact that taking off that stress. A lot of people don't know when you're going through, because when you're in a domestic violence situation, you're going to end up with depression, PTSD, anxiety. And when you're living in those states, doing almost anything is hard.
Yeah.
Yep.
Any task whatsoever is extremely difficult to do.
Yeah.
And so I love the fact that you guys are going in and be like, okay, where can we help? Where can we add and make people's lives better? What other organizations do you go to and help out with things?
So the last 2 years have been working with Habitat for Humanity in Southfield.
Yeah, that's been exciting.
Yeah.
Have you stopped?
We have not.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're just getting started actually.
With them.
And participating in their women's builds. We've done 2 so far. I think we're planning another one in the spring. We also work with Lighthouse and then Sanctum House. So we are doing in December a donation drive for both of those for emergency essentials, especially as we all know SNAP had been impacted and it's back, which is awesome. But those organizations, especially Lighthouse, did see that impact and now trying to make sure that they have everything for the holidays. And Sanctum House is a new partner for us. So they are looking at human trafficking and helping survivors of human trafficking. So Essential drives for that. And then I was like, Habitat. We also work with Middens for Detroit and Pontiac. So we had worked with the Middens for Detroit CEO and another for a training, and they were trying to find a connection point into Haven. So now we've partnered with them to help get Middens and stuff within Pontiac schools and then at Haven for the kids that are there.
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah. We Haven has been our primary partner for the past couple of years, but we always try to, help them as much as possible, but always ensure we're kind of looking at other areas too. And then as we approach 75 years, we're even, making sure, okay, hey, let's get a pulse on things again now. Are these the avenues, that we really could help with? Are there other completely different topics that we should touch on? Are we in a great lane right now? So we're also even actively like putting together committees to, okay, let's make sure, we are fulfilling needs of the community as much as possible.
Yeah.
So
I love that. By the way, Habitat to Humanity is on my list. Like
it's cool.
List. When I was working at the credit union, I was like, come on, can't we please do this? And every year they're like, we'll try. And I'm like, I'm going to scream if you don't let me do this. It's one of my top things. What you guys are doing is amazing. And we also did 1 year, donation drive. It was money. And then we bought all the things, and it was for, a shelter for women, young girls, men, who were getting out of sex trafficking situation, or not even, like, sometimes they would go and just hand out like care packets for people who were still in those situations. And the things that we had to get were just, like we knew like basics, like, deodorant, toothbrush, blah, blah, blah. Underwear was on that list. But then there were things like condoms and mouth barriers, and other things. And we were just like, it was a very like shocking,
eye-opening. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna pivot just a little bit, not pivot, but we have a couple questions. If you guys want to grab one.
Alrighty.
All right.
Okay.
Whichever one wants to go first.
Oh,
this is great. Okay.
So it's what meme best describes your business, or for us a nonprofit right now? What meme? Okay, now I gotta like pop culture, like scroll through my head right now.
I'm terrible at memes. I will give you mine.
Yeah.
Mine would, I don't know if you've ever seen the meme where it's like a dog and he's sitting at a table and there's fire everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
And he says, "This is fire."
Yeah.
That's my meme.
Okay. Gosh, I need to think of some more memes that are out there in the world right now.
Yeah,
I don't remember like one of the last ones that I saw. Okay, I feel, or you know what? I always resonate with the guy with the sign when he's holding up a sign or something like that, and he says like the phrases on there. Gosh, I don't know.
What would the phrase be then?
What would the phrase be then? You know what actually just came to my head? I feel like it's kind of that like for our nonprofit, I feel like we're women, and we're kind of, in a way, we're all perfectionists and whatnot, and we're like all trying to achieve all of these things and apply for leadership roles within our group and get ready for 75th year. And okay, now we were talking to one of the other businesses here about accounting. Okay, now how can we improve that? And it's like that I think he had it on a sign, but it's kind of like a common thing where it's like the Kris Jenner, "You're doing amazing, sweetie." Like we just kind of, it's kind of like either a meme of that. I think that was a meme at one point, but like, and I think it's like, I would describe that as like, sometimes I think even we need like, not a reality check, but like we're all doing really good, but we're, like I said earlier, is like, we're like, okay, we need to do it all, and we need to be all the things. We have our group as an overarching international. It's called the AJLI. So it's Associations of Junior League International. It's kind of like our parent organization that oversees all of us, because we even go out to, there's junior leagues in London, and they recently started an initiative called Every Woman, All Things, and about how like the workload is so like much for women. Even we're trying to do things like volunteer. So I'd say that that I think is like a meme or like a pop culture reference that I think we almost need to like realize more, is what I would say, or observe more about ourselves. And I think that can represent us too, because we're all doing amazing. So I would say that quite the involvement there, but you know what? So the domino effect, you got to build upon. Yeah, that's how I feel.
Okay, what was yours?
Okay, I got, what is the best advice you've gotten as a business owner? So I'll take it into the context of, I did not own the Junior League of Birmingham.
Yes.
You work for the nonprofit of.
Yes.
So as president, I think kind of along the same lines of like Sammy, of like, we are always trying to do all the things all the time, and like making, like really focusing on like, what's the top 1, 2. And then you're nice to have 3, 4, because realistically, so our terms for leadership roles are a year. Okay. So I'm a president for a year, and then I'm going to be handing off to Sammy, and she's going to be president for a year. And when you're running a nonprofit, it's just not realistic that you are going to get 50 things done a year.
Okay. Common with the presidents of the United States, you know, they always come in with a list, right? And then it's like, who actually does it and who doesn't? Yeah. What happens in the meantime, right? Yeah.
So
same
like,
sort of thing.
Being really focused on like, okay, as I'm president, like what are my top 1 to 2 things that I want to get done? And then it'll be okay.
Yeah. Don't spread yourself too thin. Yeah.
Like,
that's good advice.
My therapist, because
we all need them.
We love therapists. He always keeps reminding me, just do one thing. Like one thing. My mom hates it. My mom's a Virgo. This is nothing against Virgos. You guys keep the world moving. We love you. But she like needs order. And she's like, no. Like, how do we keep this going? How do we get everything going? And I'm like, I need you to pause. I can only do one thing at a time.
Yeah, she's a multitasker.
I mean, like, I'm very good at multitasking, but she is very much of the like epitome of I gotta do everything. So my mom,
I hear you,
has a professional job. She also teaches Zumba. She also works for her church. She's a youth minister. She's also in ministerial school. I just named 4 things. She's also part of like social groups. She's in a Puffin' with My Pearls plug. She's in a Puffin' with My Pearls group. And there's also all these other side things. She volunteers for the American Heart Association. So I've always done, I don't know if you've ever been a part of or seen the American Heart Association.
Yeah.
So I'm always volunteering there. If you see a random person in a whole bunch of different costumes, that was probably me. I mean, there are a lot of people in different costumes, but I have been in different costumes every single day.
So basically 27 dresses, but 27 costumes.
Yeah. So I've been a unicorn. I've been Elmo. I've been the heart. I've been a Care Bear. I've done Sailor Moon twice. I did Mad Hatter.
Cool.
So yeah, 27 dresses for costumes. So she does all of that, and I have that in me. I think she passed it down to me, but because my brain is limited because of depression and anxiety and things, I can't do them all at once. So I have to do one thing at a time. And sometimes that one thing takes me longer. Like, why isn't this happening sooner? And I was like, my brain can only function at this level. So I love that though. I think that's important advice for anyone who's involved in nonprofits. A lot of people don't know is that nonprofits could be very taxing on your mental state. And they're not, some people be like, oh, they're just people just sitting in and they just keep funding and everything's just easy. And that's not the case. And
that's not the space that we're in.
I don't think any nonprofit that I've known is in that. But a lot of people that, there's the
perception,
right? And a lot of people do not, and this is for businesses, nonprofits, all of that. A lot of people don't know like what it actually takes, what's going on in the background.
Oh yeah.
And so I think that that's something that could be passed on to people who are in nonprofits, people who are owning their own businesses,
Right.
people who are working at a job regular every single day, doing one thing at a time.
Yeah.
1 and 2. And then if you get 1 and 2, then we can talk about, what was it, 3 and 4?
Yeah.
Because like even when I applied to be president, I had this whole PowerPoint. I was thinking, this is what I'm going to do. And I've gotten 1 or 2. And like, because that was 2 years ago.
Okay.
And 3 and 4 have shifted.
Yeah. It's time. It's, things evolve. Yeah.
And things take long. Like when
everything takes longer than what you think it is.
You're so excited and you're so passionate. You're like, oh my gosh. And then you sit down and you're like, holy Moses.
Yeah.
To get this one thing done, it takes like 4 months of my attention and building and, that's one of the things that I love about being an indie podcaster or indie author and all those things, having a small business, is that I could just wake up one day and be like, I think that I'm going to start selling this one thing.
Yeah.
And there's still a lot of things I have to go in background, like uploading it or whatever.
Yeah.
But because I'm doing it all myself and I don't have people to like report to, or most of the things I make myself. But then that also causes problems because then I lose track of the things I'm supposed to be doing. Yes. But no, I love talking to you, with you both, I should say.
Thank you.
If anybody wants any more information, and you can join the Junior League of Birmingham, how does that process work?
So the only criteria we have are that you live or work within Oakland County.
Okay.
So contrary to our name, we are all of Oakland County.
Yes.
Most of our members actually live in Royal Oak and Ferndale.
Okay.
You have to be over 21.
Okay.
And you have to identify as a woman.
Heard. So if you are, remember criteria, live or work in Oakland County.
Correct.
Over the age of 21 and identify as a woman. Definitely come check you out.
Yes.
Website or anything.
So jlbham.org.
Okay.
We are also on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn.
Okay.
If you just Google Junior League of Birmingham, Michigan.
Right not Alabama.
What else?
Not Alabama.
Not Alabama. You will find us.
Okay.
The other great thing about, as Sammy was mentioning, we have the Association of the Junior Leagues.
Okay.
So we are an international organization, and there are several junior leagues within Michigan.
Okay.
So if you don't qualify for Oakland County for Birmingham, there's also a Junior League of Detroit,
Okay.
the Junior League of Ann Arbor, Junior League of Grand Rapids, Lansing,
Okay.
Great Lakes Bay region, and Kalamazoo.
Yes.
So there's many ways to get involved.
Get involved. Honestly, if there's anything I can ever recommend to people, is getting involved in volunteering and nonprofits and things like that. It is life changing.
Yes,
for sure. My perspective has always shifted every time I get to volunteer. Now there's some things that I can't do because believe it or not, I am not extrovert. I am an introvert, but I get very overwhelmed by things quickly. So I have to limit my interactions with doing things.
Sure.
Things that are very that's why I want habits on this high up, because I can focus. I can zoom in. I can build something, do my
paint something. Yeah.
For me, soup kitchens and feeding people, I cannot. It's just too overwhelming for me. But I have learned so much. I've done so much volunteer work between working at credit unions and just doing volunteer by myself. It definitely changed my perspective and makes me value the things that I have more, and makes me as a business owner want to do more to help people. So
amazing.
Thank you, Madison.
Yes.
Sammy.
Yes.
Woo! I told you I'm bad with names, so I'm glad I remembered. Thank you both for being a part of the podcast. Like I said earlier, it's gonna drop on Wednesday.
Cool.
I'm gonna need to find a way to get all the information out to everybody else. But thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for
thank you
having
so much.
us. Yes.
I was like, I feel cool.
Okay. All right. We are back with another guest, Kellan, correct?
Correct.
Kellan. I'm sorry. I'm really bad with names, so I
It's
just say
okay.
your name a whole bunch of times. It's because I'm trying to remember it and not forget because people tell me that's
I don't remember anybody's name.
okay, great.
I remember faces, and I'll be like, I saw you somewhere. And I'm like, Kellan, come on, nothing. Absolutely nothing.
I'm not person with faces. I work at a brewery, and I'm supposed to remember people's faces, and people come in, and I'm like,
I don't know who you are.
I have no idea. It's truly not like a rude thing or me not paying attention. It's simply solely because my mind, in general, is thinking like 17,000
Yep.
steps, and so the things that get entered into my brain to remember are just random thoughts.
Yep.
And other things, and names are just
Not important, yeah.
and you as a person are important. My brain has just decided.
I understand. So I was a kid that I read 2 complete sets of encyclopedias as a child,
Okay.
right? I got those.
Yeah.
Locked in.
Yeah.
I see people and I'm like,
I got nothing.
mm-mm. Absolutely nothing. My husband was asking me yesterday about, we got married in Hawaii, and he was asking me about, do you remember when we did da-da-da? And I'm like, I remember going. What you're talking about.
Right.
But the specifics of like this, like getting to this place, no, I don't remember it. I got nothing. He's like, I don't remember. I can't believe you don't remember. I'm like, I remember the thing that we did when we got there.
Right.
I do not remember the phone, like the conversation on the car ride.
Yeah.
No.
I tell people I have an emotional memory.
Mm.
So like I can remember things that have been emotionally impactful, whether good, bad, or whatever.
Mm. That would be useful.
Yeah.
I ain't got that either.
I got that one. I got that one.
I can remember if I wrote it down or if I've seen it written.
Okay.
Then I can see it.
Yeah.
So like I can follow. But if it's not that, then I'm lost. I'm completely
That's
lost.
okay. Your brain just uses the parts that it feels like it needs to use, and then the rest just go into applesauce.
I just wish the parts that they wanted to use were helpful parts, but it's fine.
I mean,
It's fine.
I'm pretty sure the memory that you have helps you in doing what you do.
It does, actually.
So,
It does.
There you go. You it's working somewhere, somehow, some way in the distant galaxy far, far away.
It makes sense in the end. At the time, it's frustrating, but yeah.
Well, tell me more about what you do. Tell me more about your business.
So I'm the founding accountant of Pilot Management Group. So, we are we're a small business consulting firm, I guess is the easiest way to put it, with a focus on accounting and tax. That's our main thing. And so that's what I've been doing for the last 16 years. I specifically specialize in working with nonprofits and small business organizations. And then it's kind of a family business. So my husband's background is in marketing, so we do some marketing consulting things. And then my mother-in-law has a long history in HR, so we do some HR consulting. But the bulk of it is accounting and tax.
I love that. I was just, I mean, I love all of that. Accounting is my least favorite thing to do. Since my mom asked me, government don't listen to this part. My mom asked me if my brother can do a DBA under my LLC.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, sure, don't care. Like, really, truly. I mean, big aspect, maybe I'll think about it one day. Small aspect, my business is so small, like, truly don't give craps, fucks, whatever. That being said, though, I was like, yeah, that's totally fine. Paddle, but you're gonna have to pay all of the fees that I keep forgetting to do.
Okay.
And I'm just accounting is just not.
Okay. I mean, I am a strange bird, right? I love accounting. I love tax law. I think it's really interesting. My undergrad and my master's degrees are in accounting and tax. I took every class in accounting and tax that they offered. Like, it got to the point in my master's program that there were no classes for me left to take, but I needed credits to graduate. And so they were like, you're going to have to take yoga or something for like 2 semesters. I did. And I was pregnant. So I paid graduate level fee courses to take yoga because I just needed more actual credit hours to graduate because I had taken everything that Wayne State offered, undergrad and graduate level.
We got really loud.
Yeah.
Live music down in the brick basement. So if you guys hear any random awesome guitar riffs, you know, we're just recording in a basement. And acoustics great for music, not great for loud music.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, that's on my list when I have like a list when I become more successful.
Okay.
That's on my when I become more successful list, is to not have to do that anymore.
So for me, I work with businesses of all and organizations of all sizes, right? And so what I tell people is, at bare minimum, is to have their accounting software professionally set up and then receive training on how to use it. Even if you don't have someone who's going to come in and do it for you, at least then the foundation is accurate.
And I used to have what was like QuickBooks.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is that it costs money.
Yeah.
And it was fine for me. So, a little backstory. I started Pure Tifa in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Simply because I wanted tea and it was COVID. And I was like, no, kind of, I wanted tea and it was COVID. And I was like, why am I, and prices were up. And, you know, why am I spending all this money? Can I just make tea? That's how this flow. Like, after the podcast and all this stuff comes out of me. Back then I was making money. I was super focused into it. I got to do some really cool vending opportunity in Ferndale. I got to be a part of their DIY fair for 2 years. My business was going big. Then I decided that I wanted to run out of space and like expand my business. Sometimes it's like, well, I wanted to run out of space. And I did. And then I started seeing like my side, because it was a big store and they have little apartments where small businesses can go. My side felt very bare, and I was right next to someone who was almost essentially an advanced competitor.
Mm-hmm.
And also, it was at a mall in Livonia. I can't remember what that mall name is, but it was like I got very little. Sorry, I got very little. Not very little trash, but it wasn't exactly direct. But I saw teens. One of the guys wants to me because this was a father and everything. This was teens. I saw candles. So candles. That's person. It was not a good space for me, but I started trying to expand it to get more money in there. I was for my house and all these things combined, and then at the end it was just too much. And I had to linear goals. And that's when I started reading. And then all of these things came up within my money. It wasn't at the same day it was in 2021, 2020 to 2022. It's of the software. Long story long. Softwares I couldn't get it, but it's one of the things on my list that I want to do. But it's also, you know, again, big business goals have somebody doing. Is that my brain just? It's not that I can't comprehend it.
Mm-hmm.
It's that my brain doesn't want to.
And that's fair.
And I'm a big proponent. When you can, if you can, having other people come and do your home view of the thing. That if you either can't comprehend or your brain just doesn't want to do, just try to make a brain do those things. It's never gonna.
You're torturing yourself.
You are. And then you make yourself not want to do anything.
All right. And then it gets backed up, and then it's like, I was supposed to remember something, and I lost it.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that makes sense. And then I think the other thing is, I don't know what tier of QuickBooks you are using, right? But there are tons of them.
That's probably my number was probably my Trump.
Yeah, I'm like, a lot of times people are using tiers that they don't need, and it has functionality that you don't need or that you're not using. And so like you're paying like $80 a month for something that's like you could have picked a $25 one.
Right. Yeah.
And it would have been a better use of your money. And so I think that it's important to get some kind of professional help just to figure that part out, right? I am not your average accountant, right? So I work a little bit differently than other ones do, and it's a very intentional choice. Because I want to be approachable. I want people to ask me questions. I want people to talk to me. I don't want people out here just doing random stuff.
Yeah.
Because you're like, well, I can't ask this question because if I ask this question, then they're going to look at me like I'm crazy. That's never the case for me, because I feel like everybody has a thing, right? This is my thing, but it's not your thing. And that's okay. It doesn't have to be, and I don't want it to be. However, at the same time, I don't think that accounting and tax is so difficult that the average person can't understand. I think that most people are not adept enough in teaching to be able to explain it to other people. I can explain tax y'all to a 5-year-old and make them understand it, but you have to have the ability to break things down to be able to do that. And so for me in my business, like education is a very big part. So even if I'm the person actually keeping the books, I still do training with my clients to a certain degree, just so that they know what's going on. It's a transparency thing. Transparency is very important to me. And I want them to, at any point, if you want to check and go in there and see what I'm doing, I'm going to show you how to do it. Yeah. Because I'm not hiding anything from you. It's not a trick. So, and you're not dumb. So you can understand it. If something happens to me and somebody else needs to take this over, I need you to have the ability to go in and show someone what is occurring, what's going on, full reports. Yeah. I never want people to be in a situation where like I had an emergency or I had to go out of town or something and they need something and they're just stuck.
Yeah.
That's not it either. And I want to provide enough education that if for whatever reason our business relationship doesn't work out, what is a good person to replace me with. Yeah. Because my personality doesn't mesh with everybody's. I'm very blunt.
I am too.
Like I'm very to the point. And my husband says a little like, I have like a rested bitch face. So like sometimes people think like I'm being, and I'm like, I'm just listening to what you're like, I'm thinking.
Like, yes. My mind is always analyzing.
Yes. I'm like, I'm listening to what you're saying. You have a problem. I'm in my background. I'm trying to solve this problem. But the look on my face is like I've zoned out and I'm not. Yeah. But I'm just thinking. So, I'm not for everybody. If you're looking for someone super expressive, yeah, it's kind of not me. And that's cool. There's somebody out there that's bubbly and happy and high pitched.
Right there for you.
And right. But I might not be it, and that's cool. But I at least want people to understand what they should be receiving and the help that they should be getting and make a decision from there.
We're going to get into some questions.
Okay. Let's
get about number 2. Let's wrap it up. Go ahead, bro.
All right. All right, I don't play video games, so that's not a good, because I don't know anything about that one. Let's see. Let's try this one. It's allowed this one. Okay. So the question is, what is the wildest but funniest customer request you've received? Okay. So obviously I do accounting and tax, right? I am not a pushy person. So I will work on the things that you ask of me.
Okay.
I will explain to you things that I think you should be doing. I will make recommendations. But at the end of the day, you have to decide what you're going to do, and I'm going to help you to the best of my ability. Okay? So I have a client that I've had for years. I strictly do their bookkeeping. I don't do anything else. And I do their partnership. So I do their partnership return. Okay? Their payroll goes through an outside payroll company. I don't do anything with their payroll at all, ever. Okay? So I don't set it up. Nothing. I occasionally run reports because I need the reports for their books and for their taxes. That's it. So one of the partners is trying to evade disability. So she technically gets disability. She's trying, I guess, to not report her income or something. And they run payroll. And so I always thought that all of them got paid through the payroll system. Well, she gets paid through the payroll system, but not as an employee. So their setup for their payroll is wrong anyway, because as partners, they should not be employees unless they form an S Corp. What they didn't do, I explained that to them. They didn't want to listen. Fine. I explained it. I moved on. So she has been running checks through payroll, but it's coded as a reimbursement and not as her pay. So she was not getting not a 1099, not a W-2, nothing from the payroll. She crashed her car. So she went to the dealership to buy a new car. So I got a call from the dealership, like, hey, we're trying to verify her income. And so I said, why are you calling me? Yeah. Call the payroll company. Yeah. And they said, well, we called the payroll company and they said they don't have any paperwork for her. And I said, well, I can send you this partnership return that I have that shows, what the partnership made. And they're like, we already have that. It's showing a loss. She's saying that she gets over $100,000 a year from this company. And I said, okay, but that gets run through payroll. And they said, right, but the payroll company says that they don't have any documentation for her. I said, that's outside of the scope of what I do. And I don't know what you guys want from me, but what I have for you is this partnership return. And that's it. And they were like, okay. So then she calls me back. She calls me separately because she called me with them on three-way. No warning, nothing. So she calls me back separately. She's like, I don't understand. I said, I don't understand what you don't understand. She was like, well, you set this up. Kellan didn't set this up. You set this up. And I told you when you set this up, this was not done correctly. And this is the way that it should have been. You decided this is what you were doing anyway. It's out of my hands now. Yes. So I don't know what happened. I didn't hear from her for 8 months.
Oh gosh. She needs to give her taxes.
I don't know who does her taxes. Not me. That's not my problem.
16.
And I move on about my business.
Understand. All right. Next question.
All right. If your business had a celebrity spokesperson, who would it be? I would want my celebrity spokesperson to be, his name Jeff Goldberg. Is that his name?
Is the one that's with him right now?
I don't watch TV like that. I think that's his name. No, that's not it. It's Jeff something. Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Yes.
Yes, he's the wizard.
Yes.
And
so
he's the wizard and Mickey.
So, PMG is, we are serious. Like we're good at what we do. We know our stuff. Yeah. We're also fun. Kind of goofy. Like I'm a weird personality.
Yeah.
I think he would be the perfect celebrity spokesperson. I think he very much embodies who I am and like who we are.
Okay.
When you really get to know me, I'm a goofball and I do like weird stuff all the time, randomly. And it's just kind of my personality. And so I think he would be the perfect spokesperson for me.
Her. What sign are you?
I'm a Virgo.
Are you? I'm also Virgo.
I'm a September Virgo.
Oh, but she's September 11th.
20th.
Oh, so you're really close to Libra.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, so that makes sense to me. Things that people know about Virgos. Virgos are favorite. They're earth sign. They need a lot of grounding. They know how to get the job done, but they also.
Yeah. So I'm a good time. I'm an interesting personality, I think is the best way to put it.
I love also an interesting personality. I'm very good at hiding my interesting parts. But if you ever like listen to this in a phone, maybe we'll have a podcast stuff, you're just gonna random things just popping out. I always tell people I'm really good at finding an advertisement. The more that
you get to know me, the worse it gets. Yeah, the more comfortable you get. Yeah, so like I always have music playing in my brain, and I randomly break out in a song. And I didn't know that wasn't a thing that people didn't do because my entire family does it.
Okay.
And like, so one of us will be humming and then like everybody else starts. And I didn't know that was weird until I was like 20. And my best friend was like, what is happening? And I was like, what do you mean? She was like, Kellan, your whole family started humming randomly because y'all were eating something and it was good. And I was like, oh, sorry.
Don't know what to tell you. Okay. Where can, if people want to book your amazing event services, they want to use your firm, they want to find you on social media, where they can find you?
I'm gonna be honest. Social media for me is supposed to be entertainment. Okay. So I'm not on like Facebook and like that. I do post at least once a week. Normally I post little tips and tricks and stuff on LinkedIn. So if you search my name, so Kellan, Kellan, pilot, like an airplane pilot, I should pop right up. There's not a whole lot of Kellans in the world. And I post little thoughts, little tips, little tricks, stuff people should know, I think. Normally at least once a week. You can also go to the website, which is www.pilotmg.com. So like pilot, like an airplane pilot. M as in Mary, G as in giraffe.com. There's a button on there to schedule a consultation. It asks you a couple questions. Those consultations are free. And then you get to pick my brain for an hour about whatever. I love answering questions. I enjoy helping people in general. So like I know that like taxes are scary.
Yeah.
They don't have to be. We could talk about it. It's cool. But I love answering little questions. And even people that have issues. So I also co-founded a nonprofit. And one of our big programs is we do free tax returns for low to moderate income and the elderly. And so with that, we work on a lot of, your identity was stolen, blah, 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 blah. So it's not just for like, oh, if you have the money to pay me, I'll always work something out. Because the goal is to be an asset to my community in any way that we can. And otherwise, all this schooling I did is just sitting in my brain doing nothing. So.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being part of my podcast.
Yeah. And let me know if you want me to come back.
I would love for you to come back. So I will definitely let you.
Okay.
All right. We are going to stop there.
Pure Tea Food Podcast.